This is a podcast from WOR.
This is the Page Publishing Book Club. I'm your host, Alice Stockton Rossini, along with Rob Barrett's king of all engineers. I'm going to write a book about Rob and what he has to go through to get this show on the air. You wouldn't believe it. I don't know how you do it, baby. And I don't know how some of these writers, first-time writers, never wrote a word in their lives, come up with some of these stories, like Traverse, written by Tomer Perry. A sci-fi adventure drama with nuclear war and aliens. Oh, my. Tomer, I'm going to let you take it from here.
It's a science fiction novel that takes us through a present-day nuclear war and the after effects. Story follows three main characters that show you the progression of what happens after nuclear war. First character, his name is Thomas, and they're all teenagers. He's a teenager that goes through this event, and his military folks end up hauling him to a bunker where they survive for 30 years underground to discover that what we assumed would happen during the nuclear war didn't actually happen. It actually it was a lot worse. The Earth's surface was a lot worse, uninhabitable, and they found a way to survive. And the two main characters of the book, Max and Kina, they live 80 years after the nuclear event, and the story really goes about them. And it's just a fantastic science fiction drama that goes throughout space, and we learn about different aliens and about different races, and what our future could be with just a small change of events, just a nuclear genocide that happens on Earth, to what people can do when they are pressured and life becomes crazy for them.
Wow, this sounds like a very intricate book. A lot of detail.
It is. It is. I hope to complete the whole series. 5 to 6 books in the series, and
you got 6 books.
It's a big book.
6 books.
Right now, I'm working on the second one, and but I wrote an outline to finish it in 5 to 6 books.
All right. So all of a sudden, you woke up one day and you said, "You know what? I'm going to write a book about what happens after a nuclear disaster."
Yeah, actually, I shot awake, and it was a dream that I had about these events, and I shot awake and wrote it down, and then one day I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I just started writing about it, and, a backstory became a huge backstory, and then, small little details became large details, and then eventually I finished the first book.
It did come to you like a shot out of nowhere.
It did. It totally did. I've always been a person who remembers their dreams. I don't know, some people say they can't remember their dreams, but it just woke me up in the middle of the night, and I just happened to have a paper and pencil next to my bed, and I just wrote it down in a journal that I kept by my bedside, and I started from there and went on. I even started the book as a journal entry to tie in the past and the present of the timelines of my book. It's kind of funny. English wasn't my favorite subject. I'm the math side of the equation, I guess you can say. So the creative side for me was more like I did a lot of architecture work for a while there, but I'm more the numbers kind of person, and this just came out of nowhere.
What do you do in real life?
I manage a dance school in Manhattan. Terry Dance is a family school that we own at the Lower East Side of Manhattan, and we've been in business for about 32 years.
Do you have some time to devote to writing then?
Right now, it's difficult, but I try to squeeze in as much time as I can. Plus, I have a daughter now, so life's been challenging.
So this story came to you out of nowhere, literally in a dream, and now you're working on 6 novels. Pretty amazing. And this is all while you manage a dance school in Manhattan. Tomer just had a daughter, too. I think you just mentioned that. So if you happen to be sitting there right now saying, I don't have time to write a book, think again. Think about Tomer.